What if I told you that a new ammo crisis is just about to happen? If you've stopped by a gun store recently, you've probably noticed those steep prices. I started wondering what's going on, so I did some digging. Turns out there's a whole mess of reasons behind these ammunition shortages, and now there's even a new crisis with gunpowder creeping up. I figured it's time to break it all down for you in this video and toss in some tips on how to deal with it. Ammo shortages have been a pain for American gun owners for years now. Every time you think things are getting back to normal, boom, prices jump, shelves go empty, and you're stuck paying way more than you should. Remember when 22 LR used to be dirt cheap? Then came the great 22 shortage, and suddenly people were flipping bulk packs for crazy money. Then there was the COVID chaos. Ammo for everything, pistols, rifles, you name it, got scarce fast. 9mm ammo turned into pure gold during the pandemic. People were panic buying left and right, and a simple box of 50 rounds jumped to $50 or even higher. And even though things have settled down a bit since then, prices haven't really dropped back to where they were, especially for rifle stuff. Back in 2019, you could grab 1,000 rounds of Wolf 7.62 by 39mm for about $200. Today, you're looking at over $400. That's double what it used to be. Same thing with 223 Remington. It's still way pricier than it was just a few years ago. So yeah, the good old days of cheap ammo are fading fast. So what's behind all this? Well, we used to have some solid options to keep costs down. First, there was Russian steel case ammunition, super affordable, pretty reliable, and perfect for blasting away at the range. Then you had military surplus ammo, which was often dirt cheap and came in all sorts of calibers. Those were awesome for keeping shooting affordable. But that's all changed. Russian ammo imports are banned now, so that whole supply is just gone. No more cheap Tull ammo or Wolf rounds flooding the market. Military surplus is drying up too. With wars like the one in Ukraine eating up whatever's left of those old stockpiles, there's just not much surplus floating around anymore. Now we're down to just new production ammo made here or brought in from other places, which is top-notch quality, but costs way more. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get any tougher, we've got a new issue, a gunpowder shortage. This isn't just some random rumor, it's real. Big companies like Vista Outdoors are talking about it. Their VP of Sales, Brett Nelson, put it plainly, "Due to world events, our suppliers have notified us of unprecedented demand and an anticipated global shortage of gunpowder. That means higher prices and less ammo on the shelves." And this isn't only about factory ammo either. If you reload your own rounds, you're feeling it too. Gunpowder for reloading's getting harder to find and more expensive, and it's not just a US thing. This is hitting shooters worldwide. So no luck dodging it by ordering from abroad. We're all in this mess together. Now let's talk about why this is happening. First up, the war in Ukraine. It's not just burning through ammo like crazy, it's also throwing a wrench into the supply chains for the raw materials that go into gunpowder. Everything from shipping to production's getting disrupted. Then there's China. They've stopped selling nitrocellulose to the US, and that's a big deal because nitrocellulose is a key ingredient in gunpowder. Without it, manufacturers can't crank out powder like they used to. So what does all this mean down the road? Honestly, it's tough to predict exactly, but ammo prices are probably going to stay higher than they were back in the good old days for a while. This gunpowder shortage might chill out eventually, but with global tensions and supply chain hiccups, don't hold your breath for a fast turnaround. Some calibers might get hit harder than others too. If you shoot something less common like 45-70 or 300 blackout, you could struggle to find rounds. I was chatting with a buddy who works in the ammo biz, and he put it like this. "Man, this gunpowder shortage is no joke. We're seeing production delays left and right, and prices are only heading up." So it's not just me. Folks in the know are feeling the heat too. Big brands like Federal and Winchester, their prices are climbing. Smaller companies, they're struggling too. Even reloading goodies like primers and bullets are getting tougher to track down and more expensive when you do. Who knows how long this will last? Could be months, could be years. Either way, planning ahead now means you won't be scrambling later. Okay, enough doom and gloom. Let's talk about what you can do to stay ahead of this. If you've already got a decent stockpile of ammo, perhaps you can weather the storm. But if your stock's running low, now's the time to get serious and plan ahead. Let's talk about the 5 calibers you should be stocking up on right now. If I could only have one firearm for the rest of my life, it'd be a 12-gauge shotgun. They're the most versatile gun in the world because depending on the grain, you can take down big game, go duck hunting, breach a door, take down a bad guy, and even adapt them for non-lethal use such as riot control. The most popular caliber for this firearm is double-aught buckshot. That said, when the ammo crunch comes, it won't just swallow up buckshot. It'll take birdshot and slugs and everything in between. So stocking up on double-aught buckshot's still a very high priority for me, and it should be for you too. The biggest issue comes with the cost of effective buckshot and slugs. They aren't the cheapest rounds out there. The ammunition also tends to be big and heavy. Everyone should have a healthy heap of the humble .22 long rifle round. The economy and utility of this round make it a no-brainer when it comes to stockpiling. I love this round because you can buy a lot for not a whole lot of money. You can store it in a small area, easily carry thousands of rounds, and it's good for all sorts of applications, including hunting and self-defense. It's also relatively quiet as bullets go, and I normally carry a silenced .22 pistol everywhere I go. You're able to do things with the .22 that you couldn't do with a larger round. While the .22 LR doesn't have the pointed tip, PSI, or the amount of powder that similar-sized rounds like .223 Remington, it's still a deadly round with good placement. Now, it's not as cheap as it was, but still a great deal compared to 5.56 or even 9mm. Not that I'd substitute one for the other. That said, there will come a time when .22 LR is gone too. Do you have enough? The most popular handgun ammunition today is 9mm. Chances are you have a 9mm in your own arsenal. As gun ownership has increased in America, so has the demand for 9mm ammunition. The U.S. military also uses a lot of 9mm ammunition for things like training. I carry a 9mm pistol every day as well, every time I'm out in public. It may not have as much killing power as some other rounds, and it's not particularly good at a distance, but for quick draw, up close, and personal applications, the 9mm is a fantastic round. Plus, it's got excellent barter and trade value because almost every gun owner has a 9mm. The overwhelming demand for this caliber of ammunition means that it'll be gone from the civilian world in a hurry in the face of a supply chain disruption or even a serious war. Not only will these things limit the amount that's available, but panic will drive people to buy more. I love the 5.56 round because when it comes to really defending yourself or being able to use small unit tactics, the M4s or AR-15s are really reliable and powerful without a lot of bulk or kick. This round's also going to be good for barter and trade and for holding as a hedge against the dollar, and it's extremely good for defense, both at close distances and intermediate distances. The price of 5.56 skyrocketed in 2020, and I distinctly remember purchasing a box of PMC X-Tac that cost around $20 before shipping and taxes. It was well over $1 per round of 5.56 in 2020. That's what they were charging when it was available. This is a very popular caliber and one that you should stockpile plenty of if you don't have it already. When it comes to extended ranges or shooting through serious barriers, the 308 or 7.62 NATO are the rounds to go to. Any gun labeled 308 can accept 7.62 NATO, but guns chambered for 7.62 NATO should not fire 308. Most civilian firearms in this category are 308 anyway. The 308 allows for the taking of nearly every American game animal. It's a good choice for a scoped bolt gun designed for long-range engagements. As a battle rifle, it can break through cover, including vehicle doors, brick and wood walls, and even light metal walls. There isn't much that can deflect the .30 caliber projectile. The round is also better suited for defeating hard body armor and has the ability to go through an engine block. Of course, the ammunition isn't cheap and isn't as common as 5.56, but you'll find it in any big box store or gun store worth their spit. The 308 round is the most common .30 caliber, medium to long range caliber. There's also a wider variety of rifles built around this round, including semi-automatic, bolt action, and even lever actions. This round is also the standard for medium machine guns and sniper rifles in the United States military. There will be a big market for it in a post-SHTF world. Now the big question is, how much ammo should we store for emergencies? How much ammo should I have? When it comes to building up an ammo stockpile, it's important to approach it with a clear plan. For many people, setting aside a budget specifically for stockpiling is a great place to start. There are several strategies to grow your ammo reserve, and I'll share a simple method that's worked well for me while staying within a reasonable budget. Prioritizing the calibers you want to have on hand is the first and most important step. You must figure out what guns you use most, what guns you'd like to have more ammo for, and what guns you'll find yourself using most of the time. I also recommend making a separate category for defense ammo in your stockpiling considerations as well. Let's say that you have a simple layout of firearms and calibers, which consists of a 9mm pistol, a 5.56 rifle, a 12-gauge shotgun. This makes prioritizing very easy and gives you a nice short list of things to prioritize on. From here, you need to figure out how much you shoot with each of these calibers. Just to simplify this, let's say you shoot 500 rounds of 9mm a month, 150 rounds of 5.56 a month, and about 50 rounds of shotgun a month. At this rate, you're peaking about $200 in ammo each month. There are ways to be able to stockpile on this stockpile if you want to keep this spending rate, but let's say that you can afford $100 more in your ammo budget. If I had this rate of shooting and I wanted to start stockpiling, I'd keep my practice round count where it is while stockpiling in an equal ratio, parallel to my shooting rate. This basically means that I'll get from my stockpile 250 rounds of 9mm, 80 rounds of 5.56, and 25 rounds of shotgun ammo. Depending on the type of ammo you get, the totals may come out to more or less than what your original budget is. You can always roll back the amount you practice in order to save the ammo you didn't use and put it back with your stockpile. If you wanted to keep the budget you already have, there are still some things you can do. For instance, you can shoot less and use dry firing as a supplement. You may also think about using less expensive ammunition and really shopping around for good prices, like on steel-cased ammo and such. Other than that, the only thing you can do is just not shoot a certain caliber for a month and alternate what you do shoot so that you can still build up your stock while remaining on your strict budget. For defense ammo, I'd say that you should try to get 40 or 70 rounds of pistol defense ammo a month, depending on if that type of ammo comes in law enforcement quantities, and 30 to 50 rounds of rifle ammo a month. You can even try getting enough defensive ammo for 2 30-round magazines for your 5.56 a month, if you so choose. For the shotgun, I'd say that 1 box a month is a fair amount as well. Overall, I'm a big advocate for a slow and logical stockpiling of ammunition. And that's the lowdown on why ammo's vanishing and how this whole gunpowder mess is shaking things up. It's a tough time for shooters, but with a little planning, you can still hit the range without a hitch. Now I want to hear from you. What's the ammo situation like in your area? Are store shelves wiped out, certain calibers totally MIA? Or do you have a go-to trick for scoring deals? Drop your thoughts in the comments so we can all help each other out. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more shooting updates. Stay safe, keep those rounds flying, and I'll see you in the next one.